We've all heard stories about haunted places, abandoned houses, ghostly forests, eerie tunnels. But what if I told you that not all hauntings happen in the dark corners of the world? Some happen in places we least expect. A place like a motel. Jack, a traveling salesman, is driving late at night on an unfamiliar highway. His GPS glitches, losing connection. A heavy storm rolls in, forcing him to find shelter. Suddenly, he spots an old, neon-lit sign. Blue Hollow Motel, vacancy. Relieved, Jack pulls in. The parking lot is nearly empty, aside from an old, rusted pickup truck. The motel appears run down, yet oddly well-maintained. A single light flickers above the reception door. Inside, the receptionist, an older man with sunken eyes and a slow, deliberate smile, welcomes him. His name tag reads Walter. Walter, you're lucky. Room 106 is available. No one ever stays in that one anymore. Jack, exhausted, shrugs off the odd comment and takes the key. Walter's gaze lingers a little too long as Jack heads to his room. As he turns down the hallway, Walter's voice, now almost a whisper, follows him. Sleep well. Room 106 is old but clean. Faded wallpaper, a flickering TV, and a strangely humming mini-fridge. Jack sets his suitcase down and collapses onto the bed. Thunder rumbles outside. At 2:13 a.m., a soft knock echoes from the door. Jack, startled, peeks through the peephole. Nothing. He opens the door. Empty. The long motel hallway stretches in silence. The wallpaper looks damp. He shakes his head and locks the door. Minutes later, the knock returns. Louder, faster. He rushes to the door and yanks it open. Again, no one. But this time, something is different. The hallway isn't empty. At the far end, a woman in a tattered white dress stands motionless, facing away. Her long black hair drapes over her shoulders. Her feet hover an inch off the ground. A whisper crawls through the air. He's watching you. Jack slams the door shut, heart pounding. He grabs his phone. No signal. The motel phone is dead. The only sound is the rhythmic ticking of the clock on the wall. Then, from the bathroom, a quiet creak. The shower curtain shifts. Jack grabs a lamp, slowly moving toward the bathroom. The tension builds. He yanks the curtain aside. Nothing. Just a damp, empty tub. Relieved, he turns back. The reflection in the mirror behind him shows a man standing in the corner of the room. A wide grin. Hollow eyes. Jack spins around. Nothing's there. Suddenly, the walls begin to bulge, breathing as if alive. Dark stains spread, forming the outline of a face. A slow, hoarse gurgle emanates from inside the walls. Unable to sleep, Jack decides to leave. He storms to the reception, demanding answers. Walter stares at him. Walter, did you see her? Jack's blood runs cold. Walter, room 106 was never meant to be rented. But you checked in, didn't you? Just like the others. Jack demands an explanation. Walter pulls out a dusty newspaper from under the counter. The headline reads, Motel Massacre. Room 106, guest found dead. Eyes and tongue missing. Jack's breath catches. The date on the newspaper is tomorrow's date. Walter smirks. No one ever checks out, Jack. Behind him, the TV flickers on. The static warps into live footage of Room 106. Jack watches in horror as the screen shows himself sleeping in bed. Then, the closet door in the footage slowly opens. A shadowy figure creeps toward the bed. Jack spins to run, but the motel door slams shut on its own. The lights flicker violently. A raspy voice whispers directly into his ear. It's your turn. Jack feels something wet drip onto his shoulder. He turns his head slowly. Hanging from the ceiling, inches from his face, is the woman from the hallway. Her mouth is stretched unnaturally wide, her hollow eye sockets leaking black liquid. Her voice distorts into a chorus of whispers. "Stay with us." Jack lets out a blood-curdling scream as darkness engulfs him. Jack wakes up, back in room 106. The bed is made. The room looks exactly as it did when he arrived. He sits up, gasping for air, his body drenched in cold sweat. His phone buzzes on the nightstand. The screen reads, "Check out, 11:06 a.m." A knock comes at the door, soft, deliberate. Jack, shaking, slowly approaches the peephole. Outside stands himself. The other Jack, identical in every way, stares at the door. His eyes are hollow. His lips part, whispering, "You should have left." The next morning, a new traveler arrives at the motel. The same neon sign flickers. Walter, the receptionist, smiles warmly. Room 106 is available. No one ever stays in that one anymore.